Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, indeed, we are live. And if you're watching the video on YouTube, hi all. Welcome to the video, and indeed, the stream, because we're also streaming on the YouTube. Yes, we are, in much higher bitrate, etc. So, yeah, all cool. Right, now then, let's do the social medias. Which shouldn't take too long. I think one more to do. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there we are. Let's go to the live screen on both streams. I think is going to be order of the day. Here we are. Right, okie doke. Right, let's pick up. Oh, yeah, I probably missed Freelancers Inc. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, well. Not to worry. So it's a Monday, but it's kind of my Sunday. Mondays are my Sunday. Just the way the working week pans out for me. But anyway, beer o'clock, everyone. Right, letters. Apply for a job. Straightforward, please. When did I hand it in? I think I did hand it in. Okay, goodbye. With the scooplet outbreak. I would like an elite assignment. We'll go with oh, shit. Oh no, I've clicked the wrong bloody thing. Screw it. Yes, I know. Dingbat. Oh well, serves me right. Alien Daily. I face the aliens alone. I don't know how I managed that. Dearie me. Never mind. Tor is up, so I suppose we should go and get that one. Why not? Excuse me. And from the paid characters, right, there we go. We shall have many buffs. Repulsor. Instinctive control. Improved essence, then fixer. We're going to want bigger NCU. Go for lasting ultimatum as well. Just for now, I'm going to get grid space freedom. And we should probably cast. Here we go. Back to being a small. I am a small. Oh, dearie, dearie me. I have this distinct feeling I may be getting a cold. I do hope not. Right, let's make sure we click the correct mission this time. Dearie me. Can't believe I did that. I'm going to be annoyed with myself for hours now. Oh, there goes the alarm to start the stream. Oh, well, one successful little run there. So today I noticed that I had the original Dishonored game on GOG for free. It was like it was on Prime Gaming as a free game. Oh my god, like. So I started playing it. I played Dishonored 2 and I really enjoyed that. Zizon, welcome to the stream. So I thought, yeah, I should play the original really. You know, it's an older game, 2012, etc. But hell, Skyrim was 2011, so... yeah, it's really good. It's quite linear, but it's quite fun exploring and finding bits and bobs and stuff. It's very odd. It has its own lore and oddness to it, but I quite like it. It has a very distinct kind of style to it. You can tell they're the same team that made Prey. The new Prey, not the original Prey. Oh, what was that? That was Apotheosis 4 done. We're on Apotheosis 5 now. Nice. Well, that'll halfways make up for Shrubbery? Swallow, okay. To do a double check on that name. It's like, wait, what? Okay. Alright, let's go and do the Alien Daily. If there's any friends. There is. It is friend. Oh, what buff can I give you? Something, maybe. Yeah, Mondays, they're probably not the best day of the week to stream. I think everyone's miserable because they're back at work, whereas for me, it's my Sunday, effectively. As in... like, because you work the Saturday, but you're not back until the Tuesday, so Sunday, Monday become your kind of Saturday, Sunday almost. Although I was live on Saturday night, I know. After they beamed you up, what happened? Apart from the itching. It's an alien abduction, oh no. Right, here we go. Oh, it's the cocoons one. Right, someone explain to me how you can spot the double cocoon one, because they all look like one cocoon on top of the other to me. So how do you know which one's the double one? So once I did, there's a double one. So I'm looking at the legs, or the kind of hairy bits, I guess. Yeah, they don't look that different, so... have to wait for one that nukes, and that's the one that drops the bit that we actually need. I will say though, these are quite high level considering. What, 230? Yeah, well, we're 220 now, aren't we? So I guess we get the higher level more. Oh, it's nuking me. Oh, it might be the right one. I thought it did kind of a AoE. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes, it's aware of my presence. They always are. So yeah, the original Dishonored for free. Quite a good game. It's interesting. Let's try maybe one of the dudes over the other side. Jinx Phalanx, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. How you doing? Well, the hive spawn that came out couldn't see me. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think that's seen me. Weird. Good to see you, Carl. Just did a whole Sheol questline. Was rough. Keeping yourself awake for the whole thing. Winter has arrived in the UK. All of a sudden. All of a sudden. It was like it's been quite pleasant for the last week or so. Well, September, October, it's been very mild, really. So we were due some actual winter. I don't think this was the guy. No. Yeah, if we stay far away enough, we can still manage aim shots with them. Which works for me. Monster is aware of your presence. Okay. Your max distance. Let's see if we can get an aim shot on the spawn. Yes, we can. Haha. Nice. It is none of these. There's only 2 left. There's one there. This just feels silly now, using max range. But hey, if it works. Ain't gonna complain. Ah, there he is. Here's the nuker. This is the guy with the green goo. Did you do the scientists and the Yuttos? Did you do both of them, yeah? And it ended up being the very last one, but okay. Oh my god, yeah, that is a bit of an undertaking, to be honest. Goodbye. I don't think we're anywhere near on a alien level. No, we're not. Oh, there we go. We did a thing. Now, I fluffed up the prisoner mission. I picked a biodome one by mistake, so I deleted it. I am an idiot. Right, Scooplet Outbreak. Orca Key and Beacon. Oh my god. Yeah, you have been busy. Right, as we've got the extra time, shall we fly the whole way there? Yeah, why not? Let's chill and fly instead of taking the grid. Why not? Plus 10. Thank you very much. And let's tell Planet Large. There we go. Handy dandy buff. No, not Avalon. Broken Shores. We go fly over everything all the way through a playfield, basically. Rush through them, and I'm not lying. I say it took me 2 days. Some people say 4 or 5 hours for both, and I just can't wrap my head. Prep is the only reason you do it in that time period. If you read through the guide on AO Universe, it says while you're here, pick up XYZ because you'll need it later. So you sort of do a bit of a pre-farm for things you'll need from various mob drops, etc. And then start the quest at that point, and it does go a lot quicker if you sort of, because you're doing two at the same time. You visit a lot of the same areas but talk to different NPCs and pick up different items and whatnot. But 4 or 5 hours, yeah, doable, but you're going to stress yourself doing it like that, I think, yeah, you can, but should you? You know. Doing the key quest as well, though, that's a whole other thing, so. Yeah, if you go and farm, like, all the key parts, you go and farm, there's like an ancient insignia, and then the same mobs that are around there drop another thing you need, and so on and so forth, without actually reading through it. If I read through it, I kind of remember, you know, the bits and bobs you should have done first. And if you go in, or you know, like fully prepped and pre-farmed, yes, you can do it in that time frame. But everybody else, no, not a chance. Anyway, I'm going to get another beer. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I think if you go into it kind of organically, I don't think you can do that quest in that sort of time. But I think if you go into it with foreknowledge, yeah, it is different. But yeah. Right, I think I'll set down somewhere around here. Stop running! Oh, I've done it again. Gotcha. Aha. Soft third. Oh my god. I've done it again. Spawn behind the log. What are you doing? Come back. I can see it on the map, little bar steward. No running away for you. Yeah, it spawned behind the log and I couldn't aim shot it. That's annoying. Okay, we got another one. Sneak broke. Maybe my keyboard needs a clean. Oh my god. Aha. Another one. That's better. That's more what we should be doing. One more. Come on. There we go. Gotcha. Right, okay. To Shadowlands for some Doja action. Dark Angel, welcome to the stream. I'm wondering about Wednesday. And the reason is Wednesday's Stalker 2 release, isn't it? And I am absolutely playing that game. So there's no early access, which I actually kind of like. There's a lot of big content creators saying, no, there should be an early access if you buy the premium. Yeah, because you want to get your content out before everyone else. We know. But they've not done it. They've just gone, yep, it releases on the 20th. That's it. And then there are bigger and better versions of the game you can purchase, but you're not going to get it any earlier. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, I absolutely want to... I played the original Stalker game, Call of Pripyat or something, and then I think maybe one other. And I was pretty terrible at the game, I'll say that. You know, I was... And later on I watched someone else do a Let's Play of it. And people were completely slagging them off. For playing the game wrong. No, you have to spend weeks doing jobs for every faction and get the best possible gear, and you're playing it wrong. And they were just like the most god-awful comments. Unfortunately, because of that, the person that was doing the Let's Play finished the Let's Play and just went, I'll never play another one of them again. If that's what the community's like when they come onto my channel, it just put me off releasing anything. So, God almighty, you know, you're proud of yourself. You know, it is possible to play a game and have fun with it without having to do everything exactly right. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've got the hardware that can run it. They released this is what, you know, like a hardware guide for different resolutions and scaling, etc. So I'm glad because the only graphics card I can upgrade to is a 4090 from a 4080, and I'm not prepared to do that for a game. Number one, I don't have the, what is it, 1600 credits of the realm to pay for it. And the uplift between a 4080 and a 4090. And I mean, I suppose if I could just spend the difference, then yeah, maybe. But no, 4080's bloody powerful. There is no game it can't run and run extremely well at very high frame rates, so you know, and I dropped lucky. I got a 13700K, which apparently very few have had the issue with degradation. And I've always run it in enforce all limits because, to be honest, with all limits enforced, it's still amazingly fast. So yeah, I just never felt like it needed to be overclocked. It just felt fast enough out of the box. But anyway, yeah, so it's an Unreal 5 game, but they said they have tweaked Unreal 5, which I'm glad to hear about, because it's tweaking that raw engine, I think, which makes a big difference in how it performs in a given game. I mean, if you look at the red engine that GOG used, CDPR used for The Witcher 3, I mean, it's just when you play it and you're used to like Bethesda RPGs, and then suddenly you're playing one where there is never a loading screen except when you travel to a different land. The entire map, end to end, in and out of buildings, caves, whatever. There's just no loading screen. It's just seamless. It's awesome. If you've never played The Witcher 3, oh, what's wrong with you? You should totally play The Witcher 3. Oh, doc buff ran out, and there's me trying to heal and not healing and wondering why my health isn't going up. That's better. Nothing there. That's better. I was hitting heal and going, okay. How are these trash mobs hitting me so damned hard? That's annoying. What's the weather doing? I had to shut off the light so I could see outside, but yeah. It's like hail and sleet. They did tell us that's what's coming, so can't say we were not warned. The one in the rock. Come on out. How's the weather going for everybody else? I think I'm going to have a very, very busy night in work tomorrow. No, nothing doing there either. Today's been cold, rainy, then sunny, rainy, and then, yeah, it's been a bit mixed here as well. But they are saying, yeah, there's a body of cold air that's moved south from the north, and that's usually when we get it. When the jet stream is south of the UK, we get the weather you should get for the latitude or longitude? Latitude that we're at. I always forget which is which. I know I spelt it wrong. Latitude and longitude finder. No, I fuck off. I just want to know the definition. Search and search. Yes, I know what they are, but which is which? Latitude is a measurement north. Right, lat is north-south. Long is east-west. Okay, that was the information I wanted. Thank you for sharing a site that goes, look at where any longitude and latitude is. No, that wasn't the question. Oh, you're further north than we are. Yeah, if you do the yeah, if you go on this map, it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to clear the map. So I'm about in, yeah, straight line. I'm along here. So yeah, you are. Denmark is, yeah, it's a little further north, but not much. Not much. So if we go, okay, I'm just trying to find Britain. Okay, UK. No. United Kingdom, there's us. So we look quite big. A bit bigger than Denmark, but not much. Roughly maybe the size of Norway and Sweden, maybe Finland. Finland's a little bigger in landmass. But like, if you compare us to the United States, probably like a bit bigger than Florida, but that's it. Yeah. And compared to like Africa, yeah, you can fit the UK into several countries in in Africa. Yeah, so there's Denmark. Denmark's kind of in line with Durham, Newcastle kind of way. Looking at it, and I'm a bit further south. I'm more in line. So if you take the coast of North Wales there, Groningen, Berym, Hamburg, Sclay, Poland's there, Belarus, and then Moscow's the same, I think the same or similar latitude to Newcastle or something like that. In terms of north-south, at least, anyway. What are we doing tonight? Are we doing long lat? Yeah, I always forget which is which. Lat is north-south, longitude is east-west. But I always forget which is which. So I had to check. So I know the difference between stalagnite and stalactite and stalagmite. But that comes from being inside, I think it was called Wookiee Hole or some cave somewhere. And the teacher saying, right, well, you know, stalactites are tight to the ceiling and stalagmites are on the floor but may connect with one of them. Or something like that. They had some kind of a saying about it and yeah. And it was the saying that made sense, so I was like, oh yeah, that's that, and somehow, you know, that particular piece of information stuck in my head. Gamble 11111. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We woke up again to tornadoes. That was fun. What? Oh my god. Shelby Info, welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed you coming on. Tornadoes, oh jeez. I can't imagine trying to live through that. I mean, I've been in some serious storms, but not like a tornado. I wouldn't mind, but bloody aim shot miss there. And because America is not geologically stable, many houses are simply built of wood. So yeah, they as soon as the wind gets it, that's it, it's gone. The parts of the US that are geologically stable tend to have brick buildings. But not always. I know, I still watched the movie Twister, and I don't think it does it justice for just how terrifying it would be to sort of face that down. I mean, I've been in near hurricane conditions and I see what happens. You know, 80 mile an hour winds and stuff like that, but you're up to 140 mile an hour winds in tornadoes and stuff. Like colossal wind force. Yay, Doja! You can stay there. You may live. Definitely grey your hair for you. Tell me about it. We did the thing last time, I think, yeah, about the storms we had in the north of the country that whipped up the sea to the point where it broke through the sea wall, came inland a couple of miles. So we had like 6 to 8 foot of seawater through a whole town. And even at low tide, it was still, you know, about a foot deep. Yeah, do you want to see a 21-year-old Kalos 2? Hang on. Yeah, so here you go. So this is just stuff they dumped where the seawall used to be to try and slow it down. That's a 12-foot high seawall over there, some of it anyway. This is low tide aftermath. Yeah, it was a bit of a thing. Yeah, they were ferrying people out by helicopter, you know, old people that, and whatnot. There's nothing else we can do for them, you know. It was like, well, you can't stay here. We need to get you elsewhere. people getting out any which way they could. On farm equipment and stuff. And then round about here. Dun da da! Cheeky boy. On the back of a wagon. Coming out of town. That's a Nissan Cabstar I'm sat on the back of there. You want to see it again? That's a young, slim version of me. I'm still mouthing off. Yeah, cars were just like, yay. But yeah, the devastation was just unreal. You know, all these static caravans, you know, like trailer park. Yeah, that's just how... That's all salt water as well. Yeah, I got into that to get out.
To their homes. Hours earlier, on the midnight high tide, the sea had invaded Towyn through a gaping hole in the sea wall. Hundreds of homes were flooded. Possessions.
It was just heartbreaking for the people there. It really was. Anyway. Yeah, so there you go. There's a young Callus. Jinx for Lanks. Good night, sir. Yeah, so that's me, age 21. Yeah, 21. In borrowed clothing, etc. So, hey. I make no excuses. Jojo, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so that was me with thick black hair and... if I could go back there again. God damn. That would be lag. Yeah, all I said about is welcome to Sunny Towyn, and then, you know, welcome to Sunny Rill. Which is a phrase the tourist board would always use, you know. It was on the sign, and I was going, yeah, it looks fucking sunny now, doesn't it? And they go, Dojo! Goodbye. All right, we'll go hand the others in. And to the mission agency. Even then, disproportionately big hands. But somehow I swear I had broader shoulders then. I don't know. Mission complete. Goodbye. And another alien daily. Mission complete. And it creeps ever closer. What AI am I now? 25 still. Yeah. So we were working on Apotheosis 5. Well, I think we get another beer and we do some Inferno solo missions, maybe. Something like that. That makes sense. Do you want to see 42 3-year-old Carlos too. I will have to splice it out of the video later because every single song we put in it, or the songs we're playing live. So there you go. It's my old band. Yeah, it's still playing Michael Jackson there at the disco before we started. There he is. There's the young man 12 years ago. Not a grey hair on my head, I swear. Yeah. Doing the do. Cal hasn't always. No, not always. I kind of like having one. Way cheaper than having to shave. I had to shave like an hour before we went on. I was scratchy by the time I got home. My face just wants to have a beard, I think. Yeah, that'll get a copyright claim. How was that? Yeah, there you go. And what we're playing here. So slim there as well. The old days. These are on YouTube. I can send you the link. That one's unlisted. It has to be, otherwise I get in trouble. Let me just get the wait there. Link address. Oh, wait there. Yeah. Copy. I'll send it to you on Discord. Hang on. Somewhere. I've got. Send me a message on Discord so I can find you. Because I get like a gazillion messages, so. Yeah, but because we're playing cover songs, etc., the YouTube algorithm was like, that's the live version of such and such a song. I was like, well, thanks very much, but it ain't. That's me and my band doing a cover version. Shelby info. There you go. Right, so that is that video. There you go. So you can sit back and watch it and laugh your ass off at me. But there's the ones I could get away with are hang on, I'll give you that link as well. This is before I ever did anything on YouTube, to be honest. All right, if I copy link address, right. So that is the ones I'm allowed to keep on YouTube, and I'll put those in the chat. They're public, but I had to delete like 9 of them or something. They're videos of the band playing live, basically. That's all. He's called a love goat. Well, why not? Right, I'm getting a beer. So he looks similar to David Bowie. Oh, I don't know about that. I'll show you one of the first ones we did. Playlist. Why isn't it not just like the playlist? Oh, God. Videos. No, there we go. So one of the early ones. Yeah, so here, this was, 2009, so I'm 40 in this video. Yeah, it would be. There I am on the list. Same bloody airline as I've got now. It's been like that since I was about 17, 18, something like that. I don't know. It's never changed. I have. Old and fat now. Ruby, 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 Ruby. You know, the audio quality is kind of mixed because it's people's mobile phones and whatnot. The last one's got fairly good audio quality, but that's because I have it was called a Zoom 3 HD that I bought, which has decent microphones on it and not such a good video camera on it, but it's good enough. I think modern phones and stuff capture it pretty well. Right, okay. We need a stream dedicated to watching all of these. You can watch them on YouTube, they're there, dude. But if you broadcast them, the whole stream gets copyrighted. A couple of seconds of what's it and it gets copyrighted. Well, we got middle of, nah, we ain't going there. Not going there. Not going there. All right, let's try again. We want somewhere nice and local for local people. Pretty confident we do it, yes. No, we're not going there either. There we go. We got an ergo. That'll do. Right. Ergo. We got XP. We got XP. Let's go. Zoom, 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 yeah. So the video quality, a lot of them are like low quality video, etc. But, you know, you can kind of see what's going on, so. And audio quality, again, it's pretty mixed. It depends what it was recorded on at the time. Yeah, so that's my old gigging days, which I don't do anymore. Just because you work, if you do nothing else and you've got a road crew, yeah, you could carry on doing gigs forever. But packing the stuff into the car, unloading it, setting it up, taking it all down, doing the driving, etc., and then getting up and going and doing a day job as well, yeah, that's a whole other story. Yeah, so you're up for work at like 6 a.m, shower, shave, etc., into work 7 o'clock, finishing work maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, and then you're packing all the gear from the hallway into the car. Driving to the venue, get to the venue, get everything out of the car, set it all up, do a sound check, do another sound check, make sure the lights are working, then sit around for half an hour, get up, do the first set, a couple of hours later sit down, have a quick break, double check things, argument between the bass player and the singer, get back up, do the second set, and then try and get the gear packed down and out with a bunch of drunk people milling around and wanting to talk to you and wanting to be helpful, but you don't dare let them carry the gear because they've had like 18 beers or something, and that would be irresponsible to put them in that position, and then driving all the way home again, unloading everything from the car because there's no way in hell you're leaving all that gear inside the car on the driveway or not. Packing all the gear up in the hallway, having some supper, then going to bed and getting up and doing it all over again tomorrow. So yeah, super tiring. Yeah, it kind of is. You either do it for the love or while you're doing it. And as much as I loved it, it was just too much. And then the band I was in, like, when we started the band, we did lots of indie rock and offbeat stuff. It made us really popular because people were so bored of same old songs from the same old pub bands. And our band started drifting into that, and I wasn't into it. And I kept sort of resisting these song choices. And yeah, that caused friction because you're balancing 4 personalities as well, with no clear mandate for structure. It's just 4 personalities working together, so there's no like hierarchy or whatever. Although some people kind of try and enforce one that isn't there, and it can get a bit icky. So you deal with that interpersonal kind of politics as well, it can be awkward. But, that's the nature of the job. That's what you do. Sin Gapper, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I really love. I think I was there. I think we did about 7 years in that particular band, and I really loved it. Sin Gaffer resubscribed. They've subscribed for 17 months. Thank you very big, sir. I have picked the worst mission ever. It's full of bloody Mortigs and... No, thank you. Well, you're very kind, sir. Yeah, so that playlist is all the videos that are still publicly available anyway. If you Google the Cellar Dwellers, I've been out the band longer than I was in the band at this point, so there's probably more videos of them without me than there is with me. And sadly, there's no videos of us with the original singer. Because he tragically dropped dead at a gig. I know that sounds like a euphemism. No, I mean, like, literally. He was arguing with the bass player about something. They walked outside, sat down, never got up again. It was pretty gutting. He had some sort of a heart condition he didn't know about. And, yeah, that was the end of it. It was a hell of a shame because he was a great guy, good frontman, and he was a friend. So, you know, it was heartbreaking. Game voting is up. Oh, shall we do a live game voting? Can we vote? Do I have to... Did I sign in to vote? Okay. What can we vote on? Haven't played it. So I can't vote for... Okay, nominees. All categories. Game of the year. Not played any of them, so I can't vote on it. Best narrative. Not played any of those. Start voting. Yeah, okay. Let's vote. Votes cast. None. Yeah, I've not played any of these games, so I've got no business voting on them. Best game direction. Not played any of those. These are all the same fucking games. I'm not playing them. Not played them. Nope. Nothing to say about a game I haven't played. My son likes that one. He is 18. Best performance? Well, I don't know. Silent Hill, Star Wars Outlaws. The vocal performance in Star Wars Outlaws overall is not very good, so no. And that's the only one I've played. No clue. Games for Impact. Played none of those either. Best ongoing. Anarchy Online. Oh, it's not in there. Oh, well, that's a shame. Best community support. Not played any of these games. Best independent game. Not played any of those. Best debut indie. Not played any. Best mobile game. I don't play mobile games. I think they're shit. I'm sick of seeing adverts for them. Best VR AR. I haven't got a VR headset. Best action game. Not played any, so I can't vote. At least have to vote. I've played action adventure. The only one I've played is Star Wars Outlaws, which is there's as much action adventure as Skyrim when it comes to NPC AI. Best RPG. Not played any of those games. Best fighting. I've not played any of those games. Best family. I've played none of those. Best sim strategy. Not played any of those either. There's nothing I can vote for because I've not played it. Sports, I hate sports games. Best multiplayer, Anarchy Online. Okay, it's not in there, so nothing to vote for. Best adaptation. Oh, actually, where's... Oh, it's not there. I was going to say Fallout. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. That would be Death Stranding, probably. I don't know. Content Creator of the Year. Don't know you. You're not even a fucking person. Best esports. I hate esports. Best athlete. I don't care. Best esports. Don't care. Oh, there you go. I've cast my vote. I'm sorry, but it's just a fucking bunch of bullshit. I've played none of those games. I know none of the celebs involved. I've never seen them ever, so I can't comment on, I have no opinion of them one way or the other in any other dimension. So yeah, it's just... maybe it is. I wouldn't know. I've never played it. But so therefore, how do I vote? I can't vote on something I've never seen or played. I'm sure people do. They vote against something they don't like, but, I don't give a shit if I haven't played it. I don't care. Mobile games, don't give a shit. Which game created the most hype? Well, for me, it's Stalker 2. Fallout London. Fallout London's game of the year for me. The first decent Fallout game since Fallout New Vegas. And yes, I include Fallout 4. It's a better game than Fallout 4. And it's a mod. But it's still a better game than Fallout 4. It's more of a Fallout game. I'm sorry, but it just is. Hate to be cranky old man, but, I'm going to tell it how it is. It was like, well, these are the ones you can vote for. Why are they the only ones I can vote for? Why is it so limited? Who decided that only these games are in it? It doesn't seem like a very fair competition to me. Excuse me, but who decided, only these, like some expansion pack for Elden Ring? Because Elden Ring came out like what, last year before? Best expansion, that would be the Cyberpunk one, Phantom Liberty. That was amazing RPG, or action RPG as it's called. Game expansion I've ever played in my life. It was bloody amazing. The only thing I could say was better was made by the same people, and that would be Hearts of Stone, Witcher 3. Nothing on there I've ever played or have no interest in playing. Elden Ring, like all games of that ilk are just like Learn the Fight, with lots of interesting lore around it, and it's cool, but it is just Learn the Fight. It's like Mario. It's just learn how to do the level, get all the timing right, and win, you know. Nothing against them, I'm just not interested in Suanna's Sacrifice, and I tried to play it and I couldn't. I think it's probably an amazing game, but I just find it too disturbing. I don't know if it's the chromatic aberration and whatnot, or just something. I start playing it and I just want to stop playing it. Nothing against the game, but yeah, you just can't get into it. So, like I say, it's very difficult to pick from a bunch of games that you've no experience of. How you can't, can you? I mean, how can you discern what's better than one thing's better than the other if you've not tried any of it? You know, mobile games, they're all shit. Most of them are a con. You know, you see these ads on, don't you? You know, on YouTube. Yeah, the advert bears no resemblance to the game itself. I have zero mobile games on my phone or any other device. I think the only mobile game I've ever actually played, and I didn't play it on a phone, was Fallout Shelter, which was actually pretty good. And it was free, which also means it meant it was quite good. But I played it in an Android emulator. You know, it's a free game. You think I'm actually going to spend money on the loot packs? No, I'm just going to give myself 100 loot packs and get the loot anyway. What the hell? You think I'm stupid or something? I'm not giving you money for a free game. Oh my god. I did end up with a vault full of like supreme beings in power armor and stuff. And it was kind of like fun and distracting for a while, but therein ended the fun, you know. So are those like this year's like actual Game Awards? There's more than one though, isn't there? There's more than one Game Award show or thing. There's because they seem like here's all the they're not all the releases for this year, surely. I miss the days of one day the game had like a demo which helped people decide whether or not they wanted to buy the game, and then the game released and you played it. And maybe a year later there was some sort of a patch or something, but these days it seems like half the game is released there's a day one patch which fixes the fact that the game wasn't ready to be released. Then they try and sell you the rest of the game in loot packs, DLC, and other measures. All the while, the game's kind of mediocre. That's kind of how it seems now. And I don't like it. I don't know who decided that was the normal way to do anything, but apparently. Oh, I do know. Yeah, it was a bunch of suits at a corporate board. How can we extract the maximum amount of money for the least amount of investment into the game? That's how they work these days, and that's why games are so terrible these days. Sorry, but it's true. I mean, Fallout London is amazing. I mean, if it was just a game, if Bethesda released it and said this Fallout 5 is Fallout London, I'd have been happy because of how good a game it is. But it's a mod for free. That's just nuts. And they released their next gen version of the game. There's nothing next gen about it. It's just got a stack of Creation Club crap rammed into it. Doesn't make the game any better in the least. And in fact, if you play Fallout 4 with Sim Settlements 2, Rise of the Commonwealth, then the whole settlement building thing is like a million times better and more meaningful and impactful. I mean, the modders embarrassed Bethesda with the mods like that. They are so good. They have storyline, they have characters, gives it a sense of purpose, completely integrates into the main storyline, etc. It, honest to God. Yeah, so the Game Awards thing, it's like, well, where's all the other games? That's not all of them, surely. More games than that came out, didn't they? Yeah, Monday is definitely not a good day to stream, I think. I think going forward, I just won't bother with Monday streams because I think everyone's depressed. Back in work. The weekend's over. The joy of the world is gone. Like Saturday, Sunday, it seemed to be the better days, but you know, I work on Saturday morning, and then it's like it's not a struggle, but it is difficult to get my energy levels up again to do a stream on oh, okay, we found the boss. I don't know what percent. Oh no, I hit the wrong mob, sorry, didn't mean it. I'm just gonna park you here, there you go, you stay there while I go play with the other mobs. Right, there you go. Monday's your only day off. Okay, I'll keep doing Monday streams then for you, Shelby Info. Just because you said that. There you go. We're going to kill one more, then I'm getting a beer. Then we're going to figure out what the hell we're up to with this mission. I'm not sure where we are on percentage. Because you want to be killing the boss at 100% and not before. Okay, let's UBT. There we go. Oh, I can't. The boss knows I'm here, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, I'm still in combat with the boss. What am I on percentage-wise? I haven't seen anything. 95%. Okay. I think I've got to finish this, because if I don't, then Lord Mordeth is going to come tearing round the corner, tear me a new one while I'm AFK, so we ain't doing that. Oh, mind you, we could use the lights in the corridor. We could maybe do that. Okay, what percent am I at now? I have no idea. Nothing inside there. Okay, let's run past the boss. Not me. Leave me be. Leave me be. I just have the feeling that I've missed a mob. Right, okay, so. Alright, we're up here. Sit. Yeah, we're out of aggro. Right, now I'm getting a beer. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Right, that's back. Oh dear, dear, dear. Right, okay, so stand up. Run off. Right, so according to the Oracle, Oh, we're at 100%. You can't see it, it's underneath the camera. So we're okay to kill the boss. Who moved even though they were rooted. I think we can do one more of these and call it a night, but yeah, so you'll have a good laugh at me through the ages playing in various pubs and whatnot. Oh, you're going down, buddy. You're going down. Let's get that nice fat XP reward. Where are we at on there? Apotheosis. Oh, God, we're nearly done like half a level of apotheosis. Apotheosis. There we go. Yay. Okay, maybe one more then. This is the life, guys. This is the life you lead at 220. Yeah, there's some funny ones of me as well, but I think they're unlisted. Just gonna have a look now. Videos. No, I don't want to do that. Because I can see everything I've ever posted, but I don't know if you guys can. Just give me 1 second. And I don't know if they're hidden, or like private or unlisted. Wait a sec. Yeah, some are like 15 years ago. Yeah, I think there's one of a rehearsal.
Even on Black Friday, Plusnet keeps it pink.
Oh, God. Naff off with your ad. Why have I got ads on something I can't monetize? Just F off. Block your ad. Yeah, we were learning a song. I can play it, no problem.
Yeah, I followed John, which is why he's my force of having. John's changing.
The highest note I can sing, and it took some work.
That's for sure. I think he's done my tip somewhere.
Okay, let's play for Johnny.
Deep as mine going, yeah man, it's bloody hard. you do that high note. Me, the baritone, do the high note. Yeah, maybe not. There you go, oldest. Sounds great. No, it doesn't. Let me go in a mudding with the boys. there's a few of them. The one where we put Andy's 4x4 inside a skip while he went for a pee somewhere. And then we're trying the same song but with a drummer. When the drummer just... Oh no, different song, but he couldn't get how to come in. Or was it this one? Dark Angel, good night. Just want to point out I weigh about twice as much now as I did then. I was not healthy. Jumps back to the other timeline. Where's the one? Yeah, we were trying to figure out how to play something. That was it, yeah. And
From the moment we stepped foot in the house, I could literally feel how this home created.
Just fuck off with your ad. No one cares. Yeah, this was, we were rehearsing, and we were trying to do Sex on Fire, but the drummer just couldn't come in once I started playing, because it is, like, off time. The intro, the guitar part.
Fucking do it then. Why are you saying that? Does me
on number 2.
It's
My turn. 2. You start. Just do one bar on your own. And then you kind of lock in there.
Yeah, you could do, yeah.
Yeah, and I just said, look, just play a fucking bar on your own. I'll come in, and you'll be fine. And he was like, okay. Because it comes in on 2 instead of 1, and it fluffs the drummer up. Was a fun time. Let's go back, and it's going to do the videos back in the same order it did last time, and it does. Right, let's go back to oldest. Hang on. Oh, you feel the core of your being shift as the source makes room for a divine presence. Spies or spees has reached enlightenment. Congratulations. Yeah, because we used to go out with the drum track instead of a drummer, and then eventually got a drummer, and it was so much better. Long Train Running. Oh yeah, first it was like a Les Paul copy. I've got the gold one. This one here. It's a piece of shit compared to the real one, but hey, it was all I could get at the time. Les Paul noodling? Okay. What the hell was this? I think I was just playing in the living room. Oh yeah, I was. These are my grandkids. Practicing the song, and the next thing you know, I'm noodling all over the net. I don't know what was going on there. I was off on a tangent, as you do. Yeah, I was playing a load of crap. What else have we got? Let's have a quick look. Oh, we're testing it with that. Yeah, me just making noise. Anyway, that was a live gig. Oh, this one's funny. I bounce around quite a bit with this.
Let's keep it going.
So they said, "Oh, I'm gonna go." He wanted to go to the toilet. It was like, that's a long break. I was like, we ain't waiting that long, we'll just do an intro. Lenny Kravitz, fucking Stevie Wonder, you old man. See, he wants to go and grab his guitar, but he can't. Kept going round and round on the head. Anyway, it goes on and on and on and on, and then I made a video about a guy's engine, and then we did the thing with Mike Peters. Oh, Mickey, be well. And then some older stuff. Then I got a real Les Paul, the Maze Boogie and stuff like that. I don't know. There's all kinds of bits. Yeah, this one. This is a song I actually wrote. I think it's private though. Let me just see.
Go on.
Yeah, I think it is private. It's set to private, yeah. So it was a song I wrote and Steve sang. He was our original singer and he was amazing. Anyway. That gets us nowhere. That's right. Oh, I'm going to have to cut out so much of this video, this stream. Middle. No, we're not going there. That's not happening. Okay. Let's try again. Great talent. Well, thank you very big. Talent gets you so far. Practicing relentlessly 8 hours a day, every day, for 10 years gets you the rest of the way. No, we're not going there either. Now, most of the virtuoso players in the world, they practice like you just wouldn't believe. But not because they're thinking about practice. They're thinking about, I want to get the music to where I hear it in my head. That's what it is. So that's what you do, and that is as simple as that. Right, pretty confident. No, we ain't going there. Nobody goes there. Nobody goes there. Stop giving us these locations, because no one ever uses them. Please, Essence Hunter, I beg you. We'll do what we can to stop the unredeemed. Okay, we go again. See what we get. Nope. That's also a no. That's it. These disused mission locations that no one ever goes to. Because the team's like, I ain't fucking running there. And so on and so forth. So yeah, if you look on the channel, you'll see all kinds of mad crap. Another one. Come on. Cave or Ergo, or we're not gonna go. Do what I can to stop the unredeemed. Confident. No. Stop giving me this mission. I'm not going to do that one. Nobody does that mission. Why does it even exist? Yeah, you're born with an innate talent or whatever, but the rest of it is you practice really hard, a lot. You practice so much. You practice to the point it becomes your second language or something, you know? That's what it is. And I'd say that was true of every singer, every guitar player, anything, you know? They all do the same thing. They all woodshed. Oh, finally, cave. Thank God. A mission we will actually do. Yeah, you do. And you're not practicing to... There's different forms of practice, okay? So there's practice where you're learning something. So you're kind of spending the time to get it under your fingers. But then you spend 10 times as much time to make it feel like you don't have to think while you play. Then you get to the point where you're only thinking about how it sounds, and you're not thinking about your hands, your feet, nothing. You're just thinking about how what you're doing actually sounds. It's the way the human mind works, okay? So the X number of stages, because I can't remember how many there are, but for all things, okay? So you're a kid, you don't drive, but you know, mom and pop drive, therefore driving must be easy. Every adult you know does it. It must be simple. At that point, you are unconsciously ignorant. You've no idea how difficult driving may be because you've never done it and you don't care. And then you begin your first, driving lessons, and you become consciously incompetent. In other words, you realize, clutch, gas, brake, gears, indicator, I've got to watch the road as well. And you suddenly then become consciously incompetent. You realize there is much more about this than you thought there was, and you don't know it. Now, with some practice, you become consciously competent. In other words, yeah, I know how difficult it is, and if I give it my full attention, I can do it. Yeah? Now, after some practice of being consciously competent, you reach the point of consciously competent. You went from consciously incompetent to consciously competent. Like, I can do it, but I've really got to concentrate. So you know what it is, you know how to do it, but it takes all of your attention and your brain in order to do it. And this is what that's learning a song for a musician. And then you begin to woodshed it. So you play it and you play it and you replay it and you play it again and again and again and again until you become unconsciously competent. You don't have to think about what your hands are doing. You don't have to think about what your feet are doing. You're already looking at, you're spending more of your attention looking in the mirrors, the road signs, the light, all of that has your focus of attention. And the mechanical side, what your hands and feet are doing, is happening almost automatically for you. Congratulations. You just became unconsciously competent. And you know you are when you reach the point in which you can be driving for an hour and suddenly have a realization of, holy shit, who's been driving the car for an hour? I don't remember a thing. That's when you're unconsciously competent. And that's why musicians practice as much as they do. Right. I just need a quick pee. My bladder's pretty okay for a guy my age, but, 5 beers in, maybe it's time. So yeah, that's why guitar players will spend the hours they do playing the same thing over and over and over and over. And I swear to God, you don't want to live with a musician. Because that's 99% of the time you're going to hear them playing the same thing over and over again and not hear any difference, but they do. Because unless you're the musician, you don't necessarily hear it. That's how it works. That's why guitar players spend all the time they do spend practicing. They're not practicing so they don't forget. They're practicing to get unconsciously competent at a piece. No, Vortex Void. We love you, but we're going to leave you in the other room. My brother played trumpet, son played trumpet and baritone. So yeah, you go over it and over it and over it again until you can do it blindfold, so to speak. you become unconsciously competent. You're only thinking about the performance. You're not thinking about where's my hand, where's my fingers, where's my breathing. That's all muscle memory at that point. So you want to get yourself to that point where you're just thinking about, overall, does it sound right? Could this phrase come together a little better or not? You know, and it's that level that you're kind of always aspiring to do as a guitar player. Personally, that's my personal experience, and from what I can tell, it's a pretty universal experience across all kinds of musicians and singers. Vex saying, how's the AO census these days? It's kind of quiet, population-wise, but there are many great things made by players to alleviate that. So, you can get warped anywhere in Rubicar. World bosses, various NPCs that you do quests for, and useful locations by an automated player-made bot. You can get every buff in the game that's buffable from player-made bots, paid buffs as well as fruit buffs. So, in those terms, yeah, it's pretty easy to play the game now. Yeah, I mean, then I have no part in them except, you know, exalting them, as in shouting out and saying thank you every time I use one. Yeah, we seem to be having a crap bit of luck when it comes to the NPCs in these missions. They're all like monster mobs and quite hard, instead of sided mobs and quite easy. Yeah, the buff bots are amazing, but there's also the teleport bots and yeah, loads of stuff. Did Funcom organise anything these days? Funcom, they're just letting the game run its course rather than actively participating in its development, to be honest. We had a ton of we had 3 new dungeons crop up since they told us the game was in maintenance mode. So we're all like, oh, it's going to be okay. But since those, nothing. Yeah, Space Quest was running a storyline, which they have published on the website, etc. But Funcom got rid of all their volunteer programs after a change in European law to do with people working essentially for free. You know, anyone that works for the company or does things instead of an employee has to be paid as an employee. So they cancelled down every volunteer program in every game across, you know, their entire company, which meant or means that, yeah, Arc got cancelled, got shut down, which is, yeah, retarded. Yeah, we thought so. I've got an interview with the Gendrix and Space Quest, the 2 senior arcs at the time, about the situation. You can go back on the streams where I'm just playing the game, but they join me on Discord and we have a conversation about what's happened, what's not happening, etc. But yeah, pretty much the entire server went, that's fucking retarded. Because it was. You know, there were people that spent 20 years of their life giving to the game, and then Funcom went, oh, you can't exist anymore. So, goodbye. And the way they did it as well was really shitty. I'm sorry, but it was. It was really shitty. The ARC team had no idea it was coming until they were told by a third party who saw the post from Funcom about it on the forums. They had no prior warning, nothing. It was just shut down, like carte blanche, like, oh yeah, sorry, bye. After the ARC team, a lot of them have been there for longer than most of the Funcom team. And they just took a massive shit on them. Sorry, but they did. Because that's the way Funcom work. Everything, the whole company is geared towards what's the next thing. So, you know, they're now 100% focused on June. Once June's done and dusted and the new game comes along, everyone playing June will be going, hey, what's happening? Why aren't we the golden child anymore? And it's like, well, that's how this company works, mate. I mean, we kind of like were saying that to the people from Secret World who were like, oh, we're the golden child, you know, Funcom love us. We're like, yeah, they do now. They ain't gonna love you in, you know, when they're on to the next game, they'll just forget about you. But we're Secret World, yeah, Conan. Yeah, but we're Secret World, you love us. Oh, no. Oh, shit. No, they don't. And it, like, it's that meme, you know, first time here. We are, you know, it was literally that meme. Yeah, I don't know what the investors see or what they care about, because I'm not an investor. I care about a good game being good and being maintained. I don't think the investors do. They want to know about the next game and how much money they're going to be paying the shareholders. That's what they care about. They don't care about the players. And it's the same for most gaming companies now, because they've been taken over by corporate interests. Good to maintain games, money. Yeah, true. Yeah, but they want the shiny thing. It all started with WoW. It all started with World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft was the most popular MMO ever made, and probably still is. So every company, no matter what their dev team was working on, was like, you need to make WoW. We go, well, there already is a WoW. We don't want to make another WoW. We're working on this, which is quite different. Yeah, we'll make it like WoW, because WoW is successful. Otherwise, your job's in jeopardy. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, they relaunched WoW Classic when they realised millions of people were playing on illegal, inverted commas, servers. Because they came out, I think it was the same year where they had that disastrous Diablo mobile game announcement. And the guy in the red shirt, wasn't it? That was him. Going, is this some sort of like out of season April Fools? Are you fucking serious now? And the devs had like no idea. Poor guys who'd been hired to make the game had no idea how massively unpopular the idea was. And then they released Diablo 4 and it was a shit show. I'm getting a beer. Yeah, I never got into WoW, but I do remember the heads of Blizzard at one of these Comic-Con type events going, oh, you think you want WoW Classic, but you don't. They literally said it to people's faces, and people were like, yeah, but we do. And that's why millions of people were paying on, let's call them non-official servers. So, once they figured out how much money they could make, oh, suddenly, WoW Classic. But up until that point, they were like, don't you guys have phones? Yeah, exactly. I don't give... Yeah, I have a phone. I don't give a shit about mobile gaming. I will never engage with it. Do not try and sell it to me. I hate it. I hate doing anything on a mobile other than texting and making calls. Or picking up an email. I just don't give a shit. I sure as shit don't want to play a game on it. And I know mobile gaming financially is a massive market, but I'm not part of that market. I don't give a shit. Yeah, the devs were like completely shocked at the blowback from announcing a Diablo game for mobile, by the Diablo fans going, fuck that noise, we want a real Diablo game for PC and console. We've got no fucking interest in mobile. Yeah, they won't. The reason AO still runs has to do with the fact that it's part owned by the Norwegian government, so they can't actually shut it down because they don't own it in its entirety. I know people have this kind of like preconceived idea of, oh, well, you know, Tencent bought it. Tencent are sleeping partners. That's all they are. That's all they do in every company they buy into. They just want to see profit and loss at the end of the year. They don't give a toss about creative input or direction or any of it. They just want to see a profit. So I think after that, when was that? Like 2018? So after that happens, I think they rushed out a Diablo game. We got Diablo 4, which after a week of like jubilation, everyone went, do you know what? It's kind of shit. It's not a patch on the old games. So now the board are like, well, you know, what works and what doesn't. Well, it only works if it's good. Yeah, it turns out Diablo only works if it's a good game. Yeah, after 2 years, yeah, I got it for free with my graphics card and never played it. It came free with it. If you bought a GeForce 40 series, you got it for free. And I have never ever played it or redeemed it. And then Baldur's Gate 3 comes out, so all the D&D fans were kind of like, yeah, this is what we want. And it's a great game. You know, just like, oh, you just can't talk sense to people, you know. I'm sure there are people in the organisation that know exactly what we're saying, but they're operating under the duress of a corporate team that want X, Y, Z. Oh, can you draw 5 perpendicular lines? No, that's not possible. Well, can you make it possible? What if they're different colours? No, that's not how perpendicular works. If you haven't seen that comedy sketch, you need to, because that's where we're at. What if the lines were different colours? Would that make it work? No, that's not what perpendicular means. If you haven't seen the sketch, I can't remember who came up with it, but it was really good. I know I spelled it wrong. Yeah, the expert.
Our company has a new strategic initiative to increase market penetration, maximize brand loyalty, and enhance intangible assets.
Yeah, these
In
twats
pursuit
are why
of
gaming
these
is shit.
objectives, we've started a new project for which we require 7 red lines. I understand your company can help us in this matter.
Of course. Walter here will be the project manager. Walter, we can do this, can't we?
Yes, of course. Anderson here is our expert in all matters related to the drawing of red lines. We've brought him along today to share his professional opinion.
Nice to meet you. Well, you all know me. This is Justine, our company's design specialist. Hello. We need you to draw 7 red lines, all of them strictly perpendicular. Some with green ink and some with transparent. Can you do that?
No, I'm afraid... Let's not rush into any hasty answers, Anderson. The task has been set and needs to be carried out. At the end of the day, you are an expert.
The term red line implies the color of the line to be red. To draw a red line with green ink is, well, if it's not exactly impossible, it's pretty close to being impossible.
What does that even mean? Impossible?
I mean, it is possible. There are some people, say, suffering from color blindness, for whom the color of the lines doesn't really make a difference. But I'm quite sure that the target audience of your project doesn't consist solely of such people.
So in principle, this is possible.
I'll simplify. A line as such can be drawn with absolutely any ink, but if you want to get a red line, you need to use red ink.
What if we draw them with blue ink?
It still won't work. If you use blue ink, you'll get blue lines. And what exactly did you mean when you talked about the transparent ink?
How to better explain? I'm sure you know what transparent means.
Yes, I do.
And what a red line means. I hope I don't need to explain to you.
Of course not.
Well, you need to draw a red line with transparent ink.
Could you describe what you imagine the end result would look like?
Oh, come on, Anderson. What have we got here? Kindergarten?
No, I'm just trying to get a...
Let's not waste our time with these unproductive quarrels. The task is...
This is why games suck. This is why music sucks. These Galga-Phrygians. They didn't invent the wheel because they couldn't agree on what colour it should be. That's the whole thing, right? People of ignorance promoted to a position of authority. That's your problem. They're fundamentally wrong and blame everyone else for not being able to do the fundamentally wrong premise. Draw the red line with transparent ink. Well, that would be an invisible line, not red. Yeah, so these are the idiots that run games, okay? And because these idiots run the games, this is why games are so shit. Because they're fucking morons, basically. They have no bloody idea how the world, logic, the English language even works. And yet feel free to dictate to people that do know that they're wrong and what they're saying is entirely correct. It's like, no, that doesn't work on any level ever. You know, this is why modern games are terrible. Because they're designed by idiots like this. That's it. That's why. They're too stupid to know they're stupid. They're unconsciously stupid. This is exactly why. Anyone with any kind of formal education understands what they've said is completely impossible because it's self-contradictory. And anyone pointing that out is being difficult. They need practice. Practice can't fix stupid, unfortunately. Yeah, there's one of the few things in this world you cannot fix is stupidity. The best you can hope for is the stupid person understands that they're stupid and should stay out of the bigger decisions. That's the best you can hope for. It's just, you know, like people go, are you afraid of death? Well, no, because when you're dead, you don't know. So it's only painful for everyone else. And the same is true of being stupid. If you are stupid, you don't know you're stupid. Everyone else does and they suffer. These are the morons, right? These are the morons that are making decisions about how to make games. This is why this is why games are bad, is because you've got morons like this in charge. And I'm not even being ironical. This is like, that's an accurate picture of what's wrong. You've just got a bunch of idiots asking intelligent people to do the impossible and can't understand why it won't happen for them. Now, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books, they were the Galgafringians, I think they're called. I may be mispronouncing the name, I don't know. I mean, when I read it, it was 14 letters long, so maybe I did get it wrong, but they did it in the radio play adaptation with the radio cast back in the 80s. I'll try and find it in a second. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm gonna misspell it. Galga Phrygians. That's massively, yeah, there you go. I did spell it wrong, but almost deliberately. These are the people in charge, guys. These are the people in charge. Stop fucking voting for them. They're idiots. Okay? They're absolute fucking idiots. Stop voting for them. For the love of God. Nothing's going to get better when you keep voting for these dickheads. You know, well, I suppose you can tell us what colour the wheel is supposed to be. It doesn't fucking matter what colour it is, it's a wheel! You know. They're so far up their own arses, they don't realise they're unconsciously incompetent. And we keep giving these arseholes control. And they've got no clue what they're doing. Stop bloody, you know, voting for them, electing. Fucking hell. Use your common sense. You know, go for someone with some bloody nous. Some common horse sense. But yeah, Galgafrigians. There's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The book describes them. That's what I was actually looking for, but you know, that clip kind of worked as well. You know, they're so stupid that they don't know that they're stupid. You know, I mean, that's where they're at. And, you know, these are the board directors dictating what way a game should go or anything bloody else. You know, and it's like, oh, God, stop giving these people the time of day. They're idiots. I've no idea. What percentage are we at for this mission? Oh my God. I'm scrolling. 92%. Okay, we're gonna have to sneak past the boss and kill whatever's in the room behind him first. Honestly, God, folks, if we don't stop giving idiots like this control, we've got no one left to blame but ourselves. We really don't, you know. They're morons. They're idiots. You know, they're going to be fine doing nails in a salon, but nice as that is, it's not going to solve any major problems because there's a distinct lack of, well, for want of a better word, intelligence. Stop making idiocy popular. Stop making it... I don't know. I just have no idea how else to explain it. You know, it's sort of like, you know, you're cheering for morons. You really are. You're cheering for morons when you elect idiots like that. You know, you put a moron in a position of power, they're gonna be moronic with it. Well, I mean, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna come up with ideas and policy and whatnot based on their limited understanding of the entire universe and how everything works. What do you think they're gonna do? Maybe they dislike the same people you don't like? Well, there's no basis for voting for them. I mean, they're knobheads. They've got no clue. Fucking Donald, well, you know, he's a massive Russian asset. If you can't see it, I mean, Jesus, I don't know how to explain it to you. I mean, it's none of my business. I don't live in America. I'm not an American. I've no business commenting on anything that goes on there. I get that. But it wouldn't last 2 seconds in the UK. Screwed no matter what. Well, yes and no. So you're at a kind of an impasse right now. But if you let that guy have complete control, then you deserve what you get. You do. And if you couldn't see it coming, you weren't paying attention. In the UK, he's like 99% of the UK loathes the sight of the man. You know, absolutely. Because he's vulgar and he's ignorant. That's his two most obvious qualities. So in the UK, we dislike him intently. You know, we do. Yeah, you have completed research on Apotheosis 5. There we go. But it's not my business to tell America what to do. You know, I'm not American. It's not my business. I've got no business telling or asking or anything else, you know, in that vein. You know, just, I don't. I'm some guy from Wales living in the UK under the most complex bloody system of power you've ever heard of. Under a king that no one voted for, but that's the point of kings. You don't vote for them. You know, it's nuts. We've got no kind of thing, you know. So, you know, all I can tell you is if they tried to enter British politics, they'd get destroyed in a nanosecond. Except for the fact that you know, a bunch of oligarchs with more money than they know what to do with, but don't want to lose a single penny of it, control all our mainstream media and press. So anything right-wing is reported favourably, anything that isn't right-wing is reported unfavourably. To the point where the current government has deported 10,000 illegal migrants, which is 10,000 more than the previous government deported, despite having 14 years in control. And yet, they're soft on immigration, according to the right-wing press. This is the level of idiocy we're dealing with, you know. They deported like 600 in one day. Sent them back where they came from, which is what, you know, all the aggressively, supposedly patriotic people are saying. Oh, no, British for the British. Well, what's British? I mean, I'm Welsh and I feel like a native American when people start talking about nationality. Because, wait a minute, we all lived here, and then the Saxons invaded. Well, before them it was the Vikings. No, before them it was the Romans. We've been invaded that many times, it's not even funny. And we've culturally changed in the process. I'm going to do that. Apparently my game shut down quicker than I thought. Right, okay, so who's streaming? Right, wait a minute, where am I? Who channel? That's what I wanted to do. Right. Where's AO? There's usually, hang on, let me start again. And then stream Anarchy. Right, who is streaming Anarchy Online? Let's look at that first. Why can I not effing scroll? Okay, never mind. Right, Anarchy Online. Me? Rubicon live feed. Well, they're not really the same thing. Oh, you know, fuck it. It's gone really lost. At least she's funny, you know. What? Yeah, we got really successfully lost. They are funny at the very least. There she is. I think she's playing Fallout. Oh, she did Last Harbour for Fallout 4. That's cool. Far Harbour was one of the better expansions for that game, actually, to be fair. I way more enjoyed that than I did any of the others. Just remember, guys, 5 perpendicular lines with red ink, but of different colours. Yeah. That's what you're dealing with. Those idiots in that video. That's who you, for some reason, vote for. And the rest of us are like, WTF? You know. Even my friends vote for people like that, and I'm like, but they're an idiot. Nothing they say makes sense. You know, I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying the side I'm picking on is the side of bloody common sense. Anyway, we're going to go raid. Love you all. Thanks for the resubs.